What is good? What is good, everyone? So, I'm still new to this whole streaming thing, and to me, it just seems like a better idea. To me, it just seems like a better idea than making a video. Um, Here's the thing. About 3 years ago, I was recording a song and recorded my first EVP. And I stumbled upon it when I went to listen to the vocal to the song that I was recording. And in between me taking a breath, it sounded like my grandmother that had been dead for years saying, "Chris, I love you." Now, that blew my mind because I'd already had a belief in the paranormal. I had watched ghost hunters and that sort of thing, and I wanted to believe. But actually playing back in here in my first EVP, because when I recorded that, I literally recorded it and listened back right after to make sure that the vocals was okay. So I was like, there's no one else here. So that was my first recording of an EVP. Now, shortly after that, I wrote 4 or 5 songs. And if you read the description, I kind of go over this, but I'll say it here too. What had happened was I remember sitting down to write the songs, but I don't actually remember writing them, if that makes sense. Like, imagine writing 5 songs, and to this day, I think these are 5 of the best songs I've ever wrote. And each song took maybe 10 minutes to write. Imagine your favorite song, okay? A song that you know all of the lyrics to, right? I'm just trying to get this fucking microphone where it's... Hold on. Alright. Imagine your favorite song, you know all the lyrics, and someone said, okay, I want you to sit down and I want you to write the lyrics out. Now, you hear this song in your head all the time, so it's not going to take you that long to write the lyrics to your song, your favorite song. That's kind of what it was like. Like, I literally sat down and was just typing away, because I always write on my computer. So I was literally just flying through it. And then I would record it. Literally hardly no thought into it whatsoever. And as far as descriptions and storyline, like, these ain't just stupid rap songs like about just gibberish or whatever. These are like stories. And I wrote 4 or 5, I can't remember, in 2 days. That's just because I did like 3 one day. And that night, I had a nightmare. So, it was a fucked up nightmare about this demon. And in my nightmare, I had woke up and the demon was still there. Kind of like one of those Freddy Krueger moments. So that's what started me writing the second day. I was like, I'm going to write about this nightmare. So, I'm going to play you a little bit. And I'll even put up the lyrics that you can see them. Now, this one is about, it's like a ghost story. And again, I wasn't doing paranormal investigations back then. This is before that. This was published in 2013, and this one's going to say 2012. They was all made at the same time. I just had to, there's a couple I think that I re-recorded, like the Nightmare when I re-recorded. So they was all actually in like 2012, but I just re-recorded them with better quality. And but yeah, I'll play you a little bit of it, and just stick in with me there if you like paranormal. And if you're a fan of mine, you like my stuff, you like how I investigate. Here's another glimpse into my mind. This, I want your opinions. Could it be possible that a spirit or spirits helped me write these songs? Because I swear to you, I don't remember actually. I remember telling my girlfriend the next day after recording the Bloodstains song, I was like, I want to listen to it because I can't remember shit that I wrote. Alright, here's some of this one. Hold up. Also want to point out, when I was writing this song, look how many threes there are. There was a knock at my door. It was 3:33. There's threes all through this song. And I cannot tell you how many times I have looked at the clock and it is 3:33. I know everyone has that certain number. If it's 11:11 or 4:20. There's a number everyone has. I know that you got one. Every time you look at the clock, you notice that it's that time. Ever since I made this song, I've noticed 3:33. But I just wanted to point that out because it was kind of odd to me.
Just when these two worlds collide, being forced to think what happens to us after we die. Just under the surface of everyday life is a turf that's betrayed in the whole of the light. Some people get nervous when these two worlds collide, being forced to think what happens to us after we die. Feeling rattled like a victim of a mangled wreck, or like a helpless housefly in a tangled web. Made my way to the couch with my pen and my pad. Took a glance at the page just to see what I had. Had a strong recollection, I had wrote a few bars. When I glanced at the sheet, I instantly moved hard. It's hard to swallow, like in my throat was a bone. For it seemed that the song had blown on its own.
Now, this is literally the first song that I wrote out of these songs. And again, when I'm typing, I'm just going and going and going, not even thinking. Look what I just said. I had a strong recollection. I had wrote a few bars, but when I glanced at the sheet, I was instantly moved hard. It was hard to swallow, like in my throat was a bone, for it seemed that the song had wrote on its own. My lines were there, you could tell which that it was, because the rest of the page was written in blood. I mean, even in the song, I'm bringing up that a spirit wrote the song.
Lines were there, you could tell which that it was. The rest of the page was written in blood. Was the most complex rhyme pattern that I ever read. Instantly I felt there's something the matter with my head. Something rose like the haze off the heat of the road. Before my eyes and I blinked, opened up, it was gone. At my feet was a knife covered in blood that's dry. That's the point that I noticed, the gash in my side. Just under the surface of everyday life is a turf that's betrayed in a whole other light. Some people get nervous when these two worlds collide, being forced to think what happens to us after we die.
Now, this next verse is probably the deepest verse I have ever wrote. I mean, I'm gonna read it to you before you hear it. Now, what had just happened was a spirit had wrote on the page. There was a knock at the door. I got up to go to the door. There was no one there. I came back to the page I was writing on. It was filled up with blood, like the song had wrote on its own. Something rose like the haze off the heat of the road. You know what I'm talking about, when it's hot and you look at the road ahead of you and you see that haze almost like it's water before my eyes. Then I blinked, opened up, it was gone, and at my feet was a knife covered in blood that's dried. That's the point that I noticed the gash in my side. So, this ghost just stabbed me. Now listen to this verse. Instantly I felt weak and I flopped to the floor. At the moment of impact, there was a knock at the door. I didn't have the strength to stand, a mere crawl was a chore. I felt the will to look up, and what I saw in the foyer was the outline of a person with gigantic stature, the type of scene put together by a cinematic master, as if it was made of a thin plastic matter. I could see through it as it burst in dramatic laughter. This can't be. These types of things do not exist. It said, you're coming with me. Do not try to resist. It felt as if a corpse grabbed me by my wrist. It drug me to the porch and then motioned to my fist. At that point, I noticed I was holding the page. As I read the first line, he started showing his rage. Now this is where it starts getting crazy. Within light is darkness. Within darkness is light. The darkness holds the ingredients of starting the fight. The light shows the path that's marking the right. It can lead you to eternity in the darkest of nights. But an evil exists just beyond the road. Its equal lies within you, bonded to your soul. Here lies the oldest war that the planet has known, since Satan was thrown at the foot of the throne. As Jesus died on the cross for all of our sins, he took his last breath, a spear was thrusted in the side of the Christ, the sight of the eyes of the ghostly figure inside it arise. In my mind was this gash I received to remind me that I was finding my way through life blind. A voice behind me muttered, the price is great. The power is within you, child. Find the faith. Some might take it as I lost my way, but the truth be told, it was a psychotic break. My favorite part is, here lies the oldest war the planet has known, since Satan was thrown at the foot of the throne. Like, if you think about it, that is the oldest war. Alright, I'll let you hear it now.
Just under the surface of everyday life is a turf that's betrayed in the whole of the light. Some people get nervous when these two worlds collide. Being forced to think what happens to us after we die. Instantly I felt weak and I flopped to the floor. At the moment of impact was a knock at the door. Didn't have the strength to stand, a mere crawls for chore. Found the will to look up, and what I saw in the foyer was the outline of a person with gigantic stature. Type of scene put together by a cinematic master, as if made of a thin plastic matter. I can see through it as it bursts in dramatic laughter. This can't be. These type of things do not exist. You're coming with me. Do not try to resist. It felt as if a corpse grabbed me by my wrist. It drug me to the porch and then motioned to my fist. The point I know
song. Now, I don't know. To me, writing that in 10 minutes, and I'm not trying to brag and be like, yeah, man, I wrote this in 10 minutes. Because I seriously don't think that I was the only one writing that. Now, listen to this song. This one is twisted like evil.
Bloodstained handprints on the wall. Body parts scattered on the floor. Someone help me, I've lost my mind. With Satan cold, I feel it mine. Bloodstains on the walls from a nation, my anchor. Flooded calls from God while he's preaching a danger. Nothing left to look in the mirror, I see a stranger. It's a mental transformation that is sure to change her. It's a magical moment when it's tragic and voted. So my soul to the dark, I made a pact for the moment. Unknowing and caring the consequence of my actions. Ever since the very moment I was rid of infractions. Evil mind state that's always in fashion. The passion for my music made it instant attraction. Don't pray for my soul, cause I was the one choosing. I'm constantly in the cold, lost in my own confusion. Delusions of deceptions, flood of endorphins. Reunions with Satan, drink the blood of the orphans. Basket case with some masking tape. But for the great crusader that's invading your place. Bloodstained handprints on the wall. Body parts scattered on the floor. Someone help me, I've lost my mind. With Satan cold, I feel it mine. Taking pics of ice.
Now, I would like to say that I really did not sell my soul. And I did not worship Satan. Like, I've, even growing up, like, I went to church and stuff. Like, I do believe in God. I believe in a higher power. But it's a yin-yang thing. If God exists, so does Satan. So, if there's good, there's evil. So there was definitely something evil having me write this song.
Taking pics of ice, fixing faces, doing tricks, using magic, learned from the dark ages, dark cages, caging pieces, craving, flesh drawn from the bloody beaks of ravens, living in dark basements, walls covered with faces, different genders and ages, different blends of races. Each one with a voice, blood curdling screams. Each one made a choice, sold the soul for the dreams. The sounds of the moans seem to help me sleep.
Now, to me, I mean, just visualize what I just said there. Standing in a dark basement, walls covered with faces, different genders of ages, different blends of races. Each one with a voice, with blood curdling screams. Each one made a choice to sell their soul for their dreams. I mean, when I listen back to this, like, I just pictured, like, a wall with nothing but faces in it. Like, and each face is someone who sold their soul. I don't know, man. It's deep. Scary, kinda.
Each one made a choice, sold the soul for the dreams. The sounds of the moan seem to help me sleep. The sounds of the groan seem to help me think. The ground soaked with tears seem to help me drink. Sprinkling from their eyes every time they blink. Numbing body parts with a sacrifice. Preparing for my dark God sacrifice. The dark of the night, another soul is mine. So start to slice at the base of their spine. Bloodstained handprints on the wall. Body parts scattered on the floor. Someone help me, I've lost my mind. With Satan cold, I feel it mine. Bloodstained handprints on the wall. Body parts scattered on the floor. Someone help me, I've lost my mind. With Satan cold, I feel it mine. A wash as I crush the brains into lust. Stick a hammer to the bones, leave them crushed to dust. Unlock the cage, let the beast feast on the flesh of the sea, starting at the feet. The soul cries as the beast reaches thighs. See the flutter from the wings, raving, craven eyes. Snow sing the lives, the contracts in blood. Swing an axe to the neck, the impacts of thud. Open up the dark book, start to read a passage. Unleashing pain that's so grim and savage. Grim as carnage, attacks to cartilage as the soul floats above the body like a harness. Another face on the wall, another voice is added. Another tear on the ground, another soul is saddened. So lay down to sleep, I hear the faded screams. As a maniac in a rack of nails, jaded dreams. Bloodstained handprints on the wall. Body parts scattered on the floor. Someone help me, I've lost my mind.
I mean, tell me that that is not just crazy, man. Now, here's one, the last one I wrote that day. Now, remember, all three of these songs was wrote like in 30 minutes, 10 minutes each. and then I recorded. Let's see, do I have the vocals? I mean the lyrics for this song. Neon. Yeah. Oh wait. Psychotic Break. This one's not recorded great. The vocals are a little bit harder to hear. Let's see. But yeah, this is another Twisted song. And then I'll play you one more about the nightmare that I had that night. Seriously. It's like, I don't even know what to say about that. So that later that night, I went to sleep, and it's when I had this fucked up dream. And the next day, I wrote this song, and there was one or two others that I wrote too, but I can't seem to find them right now. I think this other one, Toast with Satan, but yeah, it's like 2 days, all of a sudden, almost every song was about Satan. I don't know. Like, I seriously think that something I don't think it. I'll go out on a ledge and say I know that something was writing these songs through me. Check this out. This is the last one I'll play.
Now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. If not, I will grab a stake, put it in his chest and watch it break. I don't give a flying fuck. Die, motherfucker. Woke up in the middle of the night from having a nightmare to find out that the devil was see the fog from his breath in the night air. Flooding glowing red eyes, I was stuck in a slight stare. Had an overwhelming sense of urgency. There was no one to help this emergency. Like this demon from hell was cursing me. Used his tongue to smell just like a serpent's bee. There ain't no doubt what he smelt on me. The fear that surrounded and I felt in me. Put his arms on my chest if he felt me breathe. They could only be this drop like a melting tree. Straight banned from leaves, palms cold as February. From my chest to my face, they were wet and hairy. Tried to move, but it was as if I was frozen. Mouth like a womb, ain't just whispered, you've been chosen. What you do, waking up around 2, drenched in sweat like a town. Caused by total brutality. Rings of brimstone rain down from the sky. The pain in my bones gave the only clue I was alive. The sounds of the night, but my eyes could see fangs. A door glowing bright, it was labeled 3 nines. The people that walked by had expressionless faces. A few street cases seemed to could read minds. If I was by the door, but the voice were going stagnant. The door drew me closer and closer like a magnet. Struggling to stand, he stepped close, my knee twitches. I reached out for the knob, the 9s turned to 3 6s. The door seemed calming for a thing else was evil. Expressionless people slowly walked into a steeple. So opened up the door in my hand, I started laughing. This thing I knew I was laying in my bed like nothing happened. The fuck? God damn. The fuck was I dreaming?
So as you can see, it was actually 2010 that I wrote these. And it was like 2 or 3 years ago before I really started investigating. But I don't know, guys, like I really would love to know your opinions on if you think that something like that can happen or does happen, because I really that's my thoughts on the situation. I mean, I've never been able to replicate being able to write that many songs that quick and with such detail and so evil. But anyways, thank you for watching. Within maybe later tonight or tomorrow, I'll post up a ghost box or maybe an EVP session, and we'll see what we can get. But anyways, yeah, I really would like to know your opinions on what you think about it. If you're just now tuning in, you'll be able to watch the whole video on my page here in a minute, because I'm about to end the stream. but you'll be able to catch it on my page. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Have a good day.